Boom, there we go. Boop. Put that shit over there for a second. Nice. Oh, blah, 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 blah. Goodness gracious. Goodness gracious. Let's see how long it takes for YouTube to do its bullshit. We shall see. Just know how really like back and forth YouTube is about shit. Can be annoying, but what the fuck, you know. Ooh. Ow. Well, I need something like. Probably use to hold this instead. This one? No, damn. Damn metal bowl. Fucking. It hurts. Hurts when it's all a little hot and spicy. Ow. I was hoping maybe that little thing would work, but I guess I won't. Shit. Just have to be careful with that next time. To not burn myself. Because I don't need little burns on my fingertips. That'd be shitty. So I'm wondering, like, what the fuck is, like, up with, like, aviation lately? Because, like, I woke up, this morning to straight up news about, like, yeah, a plane just collapsed from the sky out of, like, northeast Philadelphia. Still developing. Just breaking news. And I'm just like, what the fuck? I'm sitting there, like, another one within, like, what? Like, not even, like, a 2-day period, really? It's like 36-hour period, and then another plane fucking crashes. It's like, what the fuck? And the more recent one is even more fucking wild because it's like it looked like it already was like in flames, like going down to the ground. So that one's a little bit more of a mystery right now. While in the meantime, they've collected the black boxes of the ones that were in DC, so at least get more information about what the fuck happened there. Seeing the video, there's been like at least different angles of that where it's just straight up like, yeah, I mean, it literally looked like, someone wasn't paying attention and then just collided. And I guess one of the helicopter pilots is alive and actually mentioned, some like a possible cause or something. Which in my mind, I'm thinking, yeah, you. It's like you're the one flying the fucking thing, but then you collided with a fucking civilian airliner. It's kind of hard to say, like there might have been some other culprit or some other fault, unless maybe there was and they just were not aware of what was going on, which I still find that hard to believe. Just seems like straight up incompetence. And for me, being like an aviation nut and kind of a nerd about, shit like that, it kind of sucks for me because I'm like, God damn it. Why does the U.S. have to suck when it comes to like aviation, especially with like these recent disasters like the past like 48 hours? And it seems like, at least I know for a fact, like in the years leading up, there's always been like near misses, and shit when it comes to like takeoffs and landings that have been happening too, and that's already like another problem and another issue just right off the bat right there. Because like obviously there are definitely people that are being overworked at the ATC towers, where they're not realizing that people are probably getting a little too close when it comes to being in plane's airspace. On top of like not properly make sure vectors are sorted out. Because I know that at least when it comes to being like an ATC operator, like that is a super insanely fucking stressful job. So it does surprise me that when they're heavily understaffed, and plus like there's no strong proper regulations when it comes to flight patterns, and when it comes to when it comes to making sure that traffic at least stays not like stays streamlined and not cluttered and having close calls or collisions. And one dude's name I didn't think I would actually hear out of all this was like former Senator Tim Kaine, back when he was still a senator, actually was like openly opposed to adding more flight routes and paths, to the Reagan Airport in DC, because of just how like, clustered and how bad it is over there already. Like it already is generally pretty terrible when it comes to like flight traffic. It's a super, super busy area. Which makes sense. There's always like politicians, elites, rich people, fucking just tourists of all types. Like everyone's going there. So it's like, I mean, it's like one of the busiest like airports, at least in the United States. At least when it comes to like congestion. Which to me is a little like, what the fuck? We probably need to build like, another airport somewhere, instead, instead of adding more to one specific airport. Like it seems like that would make more sense, because then it can at least split a little bit more of like the air traffic, or just expand the airport. But so that would just still add congestion to the area. You just have different angles of like like where runways are being developed, to where now it's like you got more flight paths going into the place, which that doesn't make it better. Doggo. Yeah, it's like when it comes to like aviation and shit right now, I'm just like, goddamn. And I kind of wanted to, like at some point here pretty soon, like, have a trip, set up and ready to go. Because like, goddamn it, this makes it kind of exceptionally shitty. I mean, at least honestly, I know this much because like Airbus is, a European company, at least based out in Europe. I think in France. Like it's like they at least have to abide by like fucking proper regulations, and at least there ain't no fucking issues with that. We can at least dig that, because at least they're not putting people's aircraft, like, or the aircraft that people have to fly at risk and shit. Oh, that felt good. Oh, that felt nice. Random ass little notification. Oh, one of my buddies sent me some. I'll check that out real quick here in a second. Give me a sec. Just ended up being a funny fucking video shitting on the Cybertruck. Loved it. We need more shitting on Cybertrucks. We just straight up need more of that shit. I'm glad that pretty much, like, for the most part, everyone just, is collectively, saying fuck this guy. Just like, like fuck Musk and shit. I love it. Gives me, a nice sense of joy. Fucking here, get out of here. Yeah. Damn it. There we go. Oh, come on. I thought I got ready. There we go. Damn, Zukov hairs. Jesus fucking Christ. How does his fucking little hairs just, like, fly around and, out of all places, end up being here? It's like, Jesus fucking Christ. Goofy little shed ball. It's like it's still winter. In fact, there is, like, an off chance that could possibly, snow. But honestly, it's like, considering it being warm after it rained, after fucking forever, it's just like, I mean, to me, it's like shit. I don't think, there's going to be much when it comes to, snow, at least around in my area, that's for sure. Though I would welcome it. I just kind of wish it was dry up until, like, it got cold enough to just snow if, clouds rolled in and shit. That would have been much more preferable. Because then, whatever moisture is there is all just going to be frozen and basically be like, black ice or, sleet and shit. And that's just going to suck and get all slushy. And it's like, ugh. That sucks. At least we got some rains in, though. Because it's been, like, straight up at least, like, 2-something plus fucking weeks of just open sky. And really kind of frigid cold. It was kind of lame. Just a little bit. Just like, damn. Goofy dog. Always having to sleep in that fucking laundry room. I also have no idea where this bud came from, too, but I'm pretty sure my friend Brian left it here for me, but it's like, it's been a little bit of a nice lifesaver, I do say so myself. Because I'm not going to lie, feeling pretty stoned. And the feels are nice. Ugh. Some of these bigger chunks all ground up at least a little bit. Really, dog? Closing the door on yourself a little further? Just be like, nah. Nah. That goofy bane. It's like he'll eventually get, a little treat, but it's like, he has to be over here and hang out. He always likes to hide off and shit. I've been doing that all, like, day to day, honestly. Just kind of, like, wandering off somewhere and just, like, plopping himself and just sleeping. Just a sleepy bane. I don't blame him, because, I mean, if it were being rainy outside, he doesn't really want to go out. He's only been wanting to go out at least the last possible second, and that's when he decides to go out. And then he immediately runs back inside because he hates being wet, which I do find funny. He'll go wander off and explore, in any other circumstance, but if it's raining and he's like, nope, I ain't doing that shit. And even then, he still wants to take his sweet time with it entirely, too. It's like, bro, my dude. Then he comes back in, he's all wet. It's like, God damn it. Then he shakes himself off, specifically in front of me to make sure he gets me good. And it's like, cause I swear, he knows what he does when it comes to that type of shit. It's just fucked. It's ridiculous. Oop. There we go. Well, I can tell that YouTube's just on like a slow day. That's lovely. That's absolutely lovely. Goodness gracious. God, I love those slow days. Especially considering like with the fucking like random ass news that's been going on, with just all these planes and shit. I'm wondering, is it going to be like another day or two and then there's going to be another one? Because that's what I'm wondering. Like with a lot of the cuts, regulations, and then a lot of these manufacturers, putting in like subpar equipment in aircraft and shit. It's like it wouldn't like surprise me if like there ends up being kind of like if it keeps being repeated and this continues to happen, and end up being a case where a lot of aircraft just end up being grounded. But then a lot of these airlines and other manufacturers wouldn't be making money, so probably not. But it'd be in the best interest if there was actually a proper fucking regulatory agency to be able to put a stop to it. Unfortunately, the current administration has no interest in doing that, but it's pretty much the exact opposite. Whatever makes the money flow for them. I definitely think in the next couple of years, like flying in the U.S. is going to be not exactly very safe or sound. As much as there was a past, where it was, and honestly, for the most part, it still is. But if this trend continues to go on, then it's definitely going to be a problem, or it can't just be overlooked. Goofy dog. Well, sleepy bean dip. Here we go. Man, it definitely is a slow evening. Good fucking lord. Goodness gracious. Definitely think I'll probably keep it a shorty if just stays dead. Fuck it. Because he could be making some epic dank right about now, to be honest. Whip up some epic deliciousness. Get like a little chicken rice and bacon combo of epic awesomeness. All the seasonings, all the fixings, and everything. Definitely sounds insanely fire. At the very least, I just want to have like that whole big old thing just whipped up. Because that's going to be so good. And I know Zukop's going to want a little bit of that too. So I'll make sure I prep it up for him first, and let him have a little bit of it. Because then he'll just go fucking insane over it. Could be better. I don't really have anything to get him over here, sadly.
No, that's fine. Just when I stand up, I get this shooting pains in my leg, so I wait for that to go away before I try walking.
Sounds like kind of a sensation of like your leg being asleep.
Come on, Naruto.
That goofball of a dog. I'll never understand the absurdity of the bean. That bean. Goodness gracious. I'll never stand that little absurd doggle. He'd definitely be a little bit of a weirdo. Because he's like the most cat-like dog that has ever dogged. It's just like, what the fuck? Are you ever going to come out of your little cave, dog? Goofball. I have a way to get him out, at least. The ridiculous little turd. Yummy, Bubba. Whoop, whoop. Hey, you. Yeah. Me. Bub. And he is like firmly in place. Come up, Bub. Really? Hey, sir. Man, you are a lazy shit. Really? Well, seriously. Okay, whatever. So whatever. The goof is gonna goof. Good lord. Goodness gracious. An absurd being indeed. He is firmly in place and he is not moving at all. Not at all. He's like, Friday's my lazy day, fuck you. I'm just gonna be chilling here. Ay. What a lazy little absurd homunculus. I'm trying to think of like some new things to call him now. Instead of just a bean. But I need to think of like some other little insults that I can kind of throw his way. Have him get a little, be like, what the fuck? Oh my lord. You can see his little shadow from the door and he's just like curled up in a ball. While the door is still like mostly halfway open. It's like it's not fully open, but like he's scrunched up in there. Like, how does he do that? Scrunched up in a tiny little ball. It's ridiculous. Goodness gracious. Ooh, this and that. But yeah, it seems like a very slow, even on the tube side of things. So, but I'm gonna make myself some food. So, until